Welcome to the Rock It Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rock It Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
We are so excited that you decided to spend a little time with us. We're going to be rocking it right all across Louisiana. We really look forward to every time we get a chance to get together. Distancing, but still very close friends.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited to be here with you, Miss Hurricane Betsy Barnes, that we are renaming to Boozy Betsy Barnes, Bubbly Betsy Barnes, just a party name for this show. And we're so excited in our Partners One studio to have the executive director, Pete Rizzo of Partners One, joining us. But we've got a great show for y'all. We are going to be talking with Pete more about Partners One, but we've got boozy cakes coming up. We're going to show off Betsy and I's decorating skills taught by the expert. And then we're going to talk about the COVID-15. Have you heard what that is? I hadn't, and thank goodness I didn't get it. But we're going to talk about you because apparently a lot of folks did. And then we're going to have some great music by local musician Bubba Plochet. So
we love Bubba Plochet. We're so glad that he could come be with us. And we're really excited to have the Partners One studio and to have Pete Rizzo officially open the Partners One studio for all of our guests that are going to be coming that are members of Partners One in the future.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. More importantly is I want to be around when the cakes get passed out.
You will be.
Yes, you will. You will.
Yeah. I heard the stories about the decorating. So.
Well, and we want everybody to have a good time. So every show is a party, Pete.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It is. We really did have a great time. So you were very kind to host a little get-together last night at your house for my birthday. So I'm very excited that we're just going to celebrate all month long for my birthday. So I can't think of anything I would rather do than be with my close friends and eat a little icing.
There's booze in the cake, too.
I know.
I got more of that up.
I know. I think I'm going to get a new name, Boozy Betsy. I don't know.
We'll see after this show. We'll let you decide, Pete.
No doubt.
Right? Well, let's tell folks a little bit about Partners One if they haven't tuned into us and heard about that. And I love the slogan, Smarter Barter for Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So tell folks, what does that mean?
You know, I mean, we've talked in the past kind of briefly and in general. Partners One is just plain and simple. It's a way for local businesses to get more customers in the door.
And that's
who doesn't want that?
That's right.
And right now, you know, there was a time, and I'm telling my age here, but I remember when you wanted new customers, you went and you bought radio space or you bought print media. And we were just having a little discussion before we started here today about how social media, now this vast new world of which do I choose and how much do I do and do I have to hire somebody to do it? We're kind of a combination of the old school and the new school because we're still people that touch people. We're a network of people that we recommend each other. You know, you have these Angie's List and Craig's List, these lists that help you pick people. We go through the screening process. We select people to be part of our network. So you can call us and we can give you a match with somebody that you need.
Somebody that is completely capable of doing whatever you're hiring them to do.
So now you don't have to trust them, you just have to trust me.
Right.
And that way you have one kind of good source for a bunch of supplies and bunch of needs.
And the word of mouth is so great. And if you hear a reference from a friend, that's usually who, like when they say, I mean, how did you pick your doctor? Usually it was a friend told you that they loved their doctor. And,
that's right.
And so you already feel a connection.
But because it's so necessary, we have a member of our staff that's a recent digital media graduate from LSU, because we understand that in today's world you have to be competitive on those fronts as well. So we try to hit on every perspective, but advertising is the name of the game. And coming out of coronavirus, hopefully coming out sooner than later, everybody's looking for that. What is the way that I'm going to gain a foothold? I may have said this the last time we were here. It's worth repeating. I listened to a business coach say that, you know, we all know after we eat these cakes today, we're going to be looking for a way to lose some pounds. They say, If you're going to start a new habit, it takes 6 weeks. You have to go to the gym or follow the diet for 6 weeks. And he said the same thing for your clients, is if they haven't visited you in 6 weeks, they're no longer your client. So we have to retrain our audience. He said that's the bad news. The good news is everybody who wasn't your client is now looking for a new place. Right. So we're going to have to re-enter the marketplace with a keen eye on competition in some way to gauge, how do I get people to pick me first? You mentioned the word smarter barter.
Yes.
Barter is a way, if I own a company, right now I've got time on my hands because my client count is down. And that inventory never comes back. If I'm a carpenter or a plumber and electrician and I sit on my hands for 6 hours today, I never get those 6 hours back. But if I can trade those 6 hours for something that I need in my business, then I turn them into valuable work hours.
Right.
So what Partners does is give you clients to fill those off hours or to move that inventory that may have been sitting on the shelf a little longer than you wanted it to, and you want to replace it with something new. So we take your commodity, your good, your service, we find a match for someone that needs it, and then in turn, you gain resources that you can use to offset your cash expenses. So we all know that right now, what's most important? Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. It's always been number one. Now more than ever, we need cash flow because we're going to have to make some tough choices as we reopen.
Yes.
We're going to have to start reinvesting. We're going to have to start doing some more advertising. If you're out there, you should be on It RIght Radio.
Yes.
You know, I know we're going to send some of our clients here. I've been amazed, and I'll tell you guys, it feels like there's no way I cannot pander to the host of the show.
Well, thank you.
But I have been so amazed to sit at home and flip through my dial and see It RIght Radio, It RIght Radio. And you hear, you know what, Pete, you're going to sponsor us and you're going to see yourself on social media. And you say, yeah, what? And then it's all over social media. And I have friends from Lafayette. I grew up in Lafayette. So my mom sees it and my mom copies it to all of her friends.
Yes.
And that's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So next thing you know, I have people that I went to high school with that are calling me saying, hey, tell me about Partners One.
Right.
You know, and that's the reach of It RIght Radio. So that's my push for people coming to sit in this chair and understand the value of great advertising.
Well, you know, people want to know a little bit more about a business. That they say, hey, Pete, I need to go have my teeth cleaned. What's a dentist that you recommend? Or what's a carpet cleaner that you recommend? Or what is a exterminator that you recommend? And they want to know at least 3 or 4 things why they should call them. And it's the same thing. You have to be seen and heard everywhere for people to kind of embrace you. And one of the things that we try to do in the businesses that we highlight is we want to give people more than that 30-second. We want to give them 10 minutes, 11 minutes to talk about what they do and why. Behind every successful business, there's a why. What's the story behind this story? And that's one thing that bartering does. You get into these relationships with people, and business that's sustainable is all about relationships.
Absolutely.
It's about the credibility, it's about the visibility, but it truly is about people will do business with people they like. And if they see that you're genuine, that you do exactly what you say and a little bit more, they will always come back to you. They will always remember how you made them feel, and you make them feel important by giving them the service you promise. And that's what I love about the different people that we meet that are small business owners. So I do. I really, truly love
what we
the
love
passion.
about what we do is if you have someone come and sit to sell you print media, the last thing they're going to do is say, call the people that have used our paper and ask them how successful it's been. The great thing about our network is when you go through the members who are in Partners One, you're going to see people you know. You're going to see people you've done business with. And what we tell you to do is go call them.
Yeah.
And ask what we've done for them so that you can get a first-hand testimonial from a company that says, I could sit here and tell you stories all day, but nothing's going to impact you the way a business owner telling you how we made the difference. And then being able to keep key employees or make some key business decisions that made them successful.
Well, and you know, when people are sitting having that conversation, right now their business may be slow. Air conditioner repairman might be busy, but other businesses might be slow. In that slow time, you've got time to call other businesses that you'd like to do business with or your customers. and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I just wanted to thank you for your business in the past. Things are a little slow right now, but I just wanted to thank you. People appreciate that. And when you know people and you're bartering with people and you're promoting them, they don't forget you.
You shouldn't give that business coaching away for free. You should have a class.
Look, I've been doing business a long time, and that's what I love.
You're doing something right, because let's talk about the number of members. We don't have much time left, but the number of members and so many categories of services.
Sure. And we can talk different geographically, what we call the greater Baton Rouge area. That's the West Bank of Baton Rouge all the way through to Livingston and Ascension. Central City now is kind of part of our community more and more. Now that they've built the Central Thruway, that kind of feels like it's connected. That's about 900 to 1,000 companies. That's everything from lawn care to lawyers. So many of the daily things that you do are available within our directory. Nothing easier than making a phone call and asking us what it is that we have to do.
Well, let's give that website.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of great information on there, and especially the way to connect with you.
Sure. The simplest way to find us is partners1.org is our website. Our phone number's there. There's a business form there where you can just give us your quick email address or phone number, and we'll get back in touch with you and answer all your questions.
We highly recommend Partners One, and we thank you for being our studio sponsor every day, all day long.
Our pleasure.
Absolutely. And we can't wait to break out the boozy cakes with Chef Schonberg, who taught Betsy and I all of our decorating skills. And I know you can't wait to see our cakes. You probably would like to taste them too, but you're gonna feel like you're tasting them.
They're delicious, they are.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of music. We'll be back with It Right here with Dr. Kay Solar, Hurricane Betsy Barnes, and Pete Rizzo.
Exiles from what you ask? Exiled from the radio. But now, we're on your television.
I'm Bill Profita, he's Kevin Gallagher, and they kicked us to the curb.
But we're back.
We are back with Exiles Television on the Pelican Broadcasting Network. We're going to bring you the newsmakers. We're also going to take your calls and give you great information. It's going to be the best damn radio show on television.
Look for it on your cable system or download the app, PelicanSportsTV.com.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. I've had my fair share of experiences with disasters, and I know Louisiana's helping one another is as much a part of our culture as gumbo and Mardi Gras. When it comes to disasters, you can help your community most by getting trained as a volunteer to help with the disaster recovery. For more information about this, visit the websites below and be prepared.
Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaStaycation.com.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
welcome back to Rock It Right. We are so glad that you decided to spend a little bit of time with us. We have some delicious things we want to talk about. You have got to meet Chef Amanda Schoenberg. Let me tell you, she knows how to put a cake together and really put it together with a little booze, little boozy cakes. And so we are sharing the boozy cakes that we made last night at Kay's house.
Yeah.
We had a little boozy cake party. But before we get too deep into it, I do need to thank our sponsors because we're so grateful for Selassie's Jewelry and Fine Gifts. We want to thank them for being our sponsor. And we want to share with you the 14 karat gold peridot earrings and diamond earrings and necklace set for August birthdays. I actually have a birthday coming up, and that is my birthstone, so that is
I
why.
was just saying.
That's right. And so we really do appreciate Stuart and Renee Selassie making this segment possible, and also Advantage Health Solutions, Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, for anyone who has a dependency or addiction to opiates and heroin. He is there to help confidentially and compassionately. So we just thank our sponsors, and we're so glad that our chef extraordinaire could come and be with us and share a little bit about what she does to make your average cake so amazing. And she teaches how to decorate. This is something great you could do with your girlfriends, you could do with your kids.
It was
amazing services. So tell us a little bit about what we did last night.
Yeah,
and how it turned out, because I have to say,
well, we're showing off your decorating skills. I think over there, Bet.
This is my decorating skills.
And so let's talk about what was it. Tell folks what is in underneath all that frosting that
Betsy a lot of frosting.
decorated.
And the buttercream. Don't leave out the buttercream.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So sure. So last night you guys attended what is called our sip and sprinkle parties.
And it was very sipping.
And those are awesome. We bring the sprinkles, we bring everything to you guys, and we walk you through a class and show you how to build and structure your own cake. We specialize in alcohol-infused cakes, so all of you guys' cakes are loaded with tons of booze. Woo. So underneath yours, you have what is called Party Girl, and Party Girl is our French vanilla cake, which is filled with sprinkles. And for your buttercream, it's infused with Absolute and Sky vodka. So it's like funfetti with a twist, which is perfect for birthdays. So Party Girl is your definite funfetti cake with vodka.
And it was absolutely out of this world, delicious cake and delicious frosting.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about the one that they can't see that we ate. And my husband said it was the best cake he had ever had.
He is such a sweetheart. So that's actually one of our top sellers. It's called Champagne Kisses. It is a strawberry layer cake. We love to support local, so we get our strawberries fresh from the market every Saturday from actual local Louisiana farmers. And it is iced with a champagne buttercream. So we infuse it with Corbel, and we put it together, and it's really a treat.
Well, our friend Tiffany did a beautiful job with that cake. Her decorations were beautiful, and I really hated to even cut it. But once we did, it was okay.
I didn't. I did not hate to cut it. I wanted to cut them all and try them, but we saved some to show you on the show today.
That's right.
Just saying. So let's talk about Amy Supp with Partners One. Made this beautiful cake in front of you.
Yes, this is my favorite, especially if you were a true Southerner. So this is called Southern Nut. It is a coconut cake. It is infused with Captain Morgan's rum. So down here in the South, we love coconut cake. It's like your old-fashioned coconut cake.
I love me
with
some
a
coconut
twist.
cake.
Yes,
Oh,
awesome
yes.
sauce.
And I was awesome sauce. That's our new phrase of the day, for sure. And then my cake was the only pink one of the bunch, which I didn't know, but it's because it has chocolate under there. So talk about my cake.
Yes,
here.
so you have what is called a cute and cordial, and it is a twist on your typical cherry cordial. It's a chocolate cake which is infused with Maker's Mark bourbon. And then it has Maker's Mark bourbon in a buttercream as well as fresh cherry juice. So that's why you got a little pink.
I'm getting a double whammy of the boozy on this cake, right?
Yes.
Now, I had a question come up to me today. In fact, the way you always find out the best stuff from your hairdresser. Just saying. So Haley with JKL Salon, give her kudos for telling me all about Chef Schomburg. And she also makes fabulous chocolate chip cookies and other sweets. But she told me about you and the cakes. But a question came up is, a lot of times when you're cooking with alcohol, especially in the cake portion, the alcohol cooks out. That doesn't happen in my cake, right? I'm going to still get a double dose of booze.
So we have
What's the secret?
So the secret with us is that we infuse it 3 ways. We always want to make sure that you are getting what you pay for. So technically, alcohol does bake out. Because of that, we've adjusted our cooking process. So we tend to cook it a little lower, which actually reserves a little bit more of the flavor. We tend to use premium alcohols because if you use things such as, there's a difference between liquor and liqueurs. Liqueurs are already, the volume is more low, so we like to go with things that have, straight up 40 proof. And then if that's not enough, even when they all come out, we typically infuse them with syrups that we brush on the cake layers, and we put it in a buttercream. So we always want to make sure you can taste exactly what it is you're getting.
That's great. I'm going to have the answer now. So for sure, well, I know you specialize in boozy cakes, and how did you decide to do that? I mean, let's talk about your history coming up just real quickly on deciding to even be a chef and to like the sweet part and then put booze in the sweet part.
And then do deliveries and a lot of other things that are just great.
Yeah. Well, I'm a graduate of BRCC, and when I was in culinary school, I went for typically food service management, but I always loved baking. I would usually leave school and I would always watch Paula Deen. I was a huge Paula Deen fan. I love Paula Deen, and I would also watch Gina Neely a lot of times on TV. So I said, if I'm going to do this, I really want to do something different. Growing up, my mom, she had a signature ham and cake, and the thing was she always put Di Serono in the ham. So she put it in the ham with cherries.
That does sound really good.
And then she would always put it in the cake. So of course, when you start out, you go with what you know. So the first thing one of the first things I ever sold was pound cakes. And then I said, what? I don't really want to stop here. Like, what else can I do? What other flavors can I test out with? And then that's how we created a whole line. And it went from pound cakes to layer cakes to cupcakes, which are so popular now with COVID because everybody gets their own little individual serving.
Absolutely.
We have a full line of chocolates. So that's just kind of how it got started. I graduated in 2011. I did a little bit of work for retail bakeries, and then after that I started my own, and then it's just been amazing ever since.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
And now you have your own delivery drivers, and you have orders that keep everybody busy.
Yes.
And so we had some of the cupcakes last week.
We did. We shared them with all of our guests last week, and they loved them. We had the Bourbon Street Boy and the Sex and the City.
Yes.
And they were a hit. And so let's talk about, being that you also did deliveries. Did you see any change during COVID? Was there an increase, decrease, about the same as far as people ordering sweets?
No, we saw a huge increase.
I was wondering about that. You're at home, you're sitting on the couch, you're really craving some boozy cupcakes, right?
We saw a huge increase. Everybody still wanted people that were open. And because we are personal chefs, it's my husband and I, we have a real small team. I said, if we're going to do this, then let's do it safely. So we took a course with the National Restaurant Association. We got our Serve Safe certification for COVID, and we started offering contact-free delivery. And, we thought in the beginning that it might not go so well because our clients like knowing us. They know, hey, that's Chef Schomburg. They talk just like they do to your hairdresser, so they speak, but they loved it. They would be by the window with their hands in the door like, chef, just waiting on us to drop. And it took off. I think one of the things was that people were looking for people who did deliver since they couldn't go anywhere.
Yes.
And we were delivery all along. So it was like, well, hey, we never knew this. And it's like, we've always been here. This is what we've always done. I never wanted a storefront location. I love delivery. I just like bringing things to people and meeting the people that I get to serve.
And that's great. I mean, because people love that too, that connection. I'm sure that you took a little bit of hit for wedding business. business since there wasn't a lot of weddings? Because I bet you do a lot of boozy cakes for weddings and events.
So we do. We're great in that aspect. We do a lot of sweets and desserts table, but what we're finding is that a lot of the brides are actually getting the smaller things. So again comes the cupcakes, and we're delivery. We're delivering them individually packaged, so no one has to touch them, so you're all good.
And we did the sip and sprinkles, but you also have some virtual classes, and tell folks how they can find out about that ordering for delivery, but also the class. So give them your website and best contact.
Absolutely. So everything is available online at www.chefschonberg.com. You can get information on our full menu, as well as there's a classes section that shows all the classes we offer in Louisiana.
And if you go to Rocket Right Facebook page, Rocket Right Radio Facebook page, we're going to share that and the pictures from our party.
And they're going to see how much fun it was and want to be doing it. So we will definitely be sharing, and we highly recommend the boozy cakes.
We do.
From Chef Schonberg. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely,
and for
ladies.
teaching us how to decorate beautifully. And up next, we're going to be talking about the COVID-15.
And
what is it?
Hang tight for some good music with Bubba Plochet. We'll be right back with Rocket Right Radio with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
I was diagnosed October 19th. I immediately started with a multitude of scans, and then I was having an 8-hour surgery. My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. K. Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics,
health,
music and entertainment,
local agnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaStaycation.com.
And you're back with the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. K. Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
Yes.
And our medical segment is brought to you each week. I haven't even had any boozy cake yet. Each week by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. And Betsy, who do we have here joining us?
Well, it looks like we have a portrait of Boozy Betsy. So Kay painted this for me for my birthday.
When I was in the
it.
third grade.
No.
We've known each other that long.
we have an awful lot of fun together. And I think that it really, I've got stars in my eyes. I really do love this painting, and it was so fun to do the boozy cakes with Chef Schonberg, with our friends Tiffany and Amy Supp. We really had a good time doing this, and I just love that I'm now part of the art collection of Dr. K. Solar, because she has quite a few portraits that she does.
Well, I'm expecting you to, hang this on your office.
I know. I think I'm taking it to my office because I want to show it all.
I mean, it is patriotic. I'm just saying.
It is, and we are patriotic. There's a little red, white, and blue happening around here.
Absolutely.
We are. But thank you so much for being such a wonderful, loving friend. You're always so encouraging, and I really appreciate it. And I love this. This really shows my fun side, and yours too.
It does.
It shows both of our fun and silly side.
I don't know. It might show my juvenile art side, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it in retirement. I'm trying
to. Very kind.
I'm trying to improve. This is practice. But a few weeks ago, I had this friend, and I wasn't sitting with them, so I'll tell you that right now. They could not see me. We were on the phone, and they said, "Hey, man, I didn't get the COVID-19, but I sure did get the COVID-15. Did you?" And I said, "What's that? What do you mean the COVID-15? You go, didn't you gain 15 pounds during this with the rest of us?" And I go, "No." And then I Googled it, and it's a real thing.
It's a real thing now.
I mean, it even has a definition in the Urban Dictionary. I looked it up today. It says the 15 pounds of weight gain caused by nervously binge eating your COVID-19 food stockpile. So, and I was like, and then they had all other kind of names, the COVID curves. I don't think I want those. The quarantine 15.
I think it should be the quarantine curse.
Yeah.
It's been the curse of the quarantine.
For sure.
It has. Some good things happen, but weight gain is not one of them.
No, it's not. And, I was thinking, well, people have more time on their hands, so, and my husband was trying to order chin-up bars and kettlebells, and they were all sold out online, so I thought, well, everybody's getting healthy at home.
And the gardening stuff, all the plants were bought, the gardening
equipment. But no, that was not most Americans. In fact, there was a study from Yale that I saw posted in their bariatric surgeon said that they were getting, I don't think it was because people gained 15 pounds, but in their clientele already, they were seeing 15 to 30 pound weight gains during this time. And if you think about it, it really is the perfect storm to gain weight. So why?
Yes.
Well, you're stuck at home, you're sheltering in. And so a lot of people are eating more, cooking more. I was sure supporting my favorite restaurants more, so I was worried that I could be having that going on. But they said baking has become so much more, and that the grocery stores are running out of flour. I hadn't even heard about that. I thought it was only toilet paper.
But
apparently, they've been baking too.
If you're home all day with your children, they were let out of school, they're home, you're like, okay, now what are we going to do? Okay,
make cookies.
We've walked around the block, we've talked on the phone, we've played a few board games. Okay, now let's just cook.
Well,
so you have to kind of make the most of that.
And folks are bored. They're sitting watching TV. Next thing you know it, you've eaten a whole bag of chips, or certainly things that aren't healthy.
The Oreos were not safe in the cabinet.
Yeah, they're like, don't buy those.
Yeah.
You might eat them all. And that's what happened to a lot of people. And, it also created a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety just because of what was going on. And stress also increases cortisol in one's system because we have this fight or flight thing. So if you're afraid, it's like the ancient times. You're going to conserve all your calories in case you need to run away from that bear. So you're not utilizing those calories if you're stressed.
I'm laughing because it's going to be harder to run from that bear if you're 15 to 30 pounds overweight. You might get away down the block,
Another
but you
reason
might
to
not
get
get
off of
any
it if you decide to take up the hiking outside in these beautiful areas. I don't know that we have bears around here, but I know I've seen people posting them in their backyards from some other places. But yeah, you might have to, since there's more outdoor activities, you might need to run off that bear. But yeah, that's why our body is naturally preserves that. And then of course with the gyms closed, not everybody was trying to order home workout equipment. Park closures, people were like not doing their routine exercises.
And they can't go to the doctor if they don't feel good because the doctor's offices were closed for a period of time.
And they were saying a lot of people were postponing their routine medical visits. So when they might go to the doctor's visit and they go, you know what, you've put on a couple of pounds and your blood pressure's up and your cholesterol's bad, it was motivation for people to go home and be better with their diet and be healthier. So there wasn't any diet. So people don't step on the scales frequently. They don't know what's going on. And then next thing you know, it's like, whoops, 15
well, it's
plus
fear
pounds.
of the unknown, and we're used to planning. Most people plan their day, they plan a schedule, they plan their work schedule, their kids' school schedule. They plan, and you can't plan when you're on hold. And Americans are not happy on hold.
No, we're
we
not.
like to be constantly moving forward. It might not be all productive. Some of it is the socializing. And I think that not being as social makes people sad. It makes them depressed. I mean, I miss a lot of the things that we've done together and that other people have done. Fairs, festivals, fundraisers, all kinds of things where you see different people, you hear different music. I miss the live music. I truly do. Now, we're spoiled that we've had live musicians here, but there's a lot of people, unless they go find their favorite musician, I highly recommend that they do, and support them. It's like we've kind of lost our rhythm.
Right. Well, music is healthy. It feeds the soul with no calories, but also the saying food is medicine and you are what you eat. It's really a time that we really need to take that to heart, because we know that extra 15 pounds is going to increase our risk of certain health issues. Just as if you're overweight, then if you lose just 7 to 10% of your weight loss, it can significantly improve health conditions as far as your risk of insulin resistance, diabetes, heart disease, all those things. And so I want to point out a couple of things on the road to health. One, you don't know where you're at until you weigh. And most of these people probably were not weighing, and all of a sudden the pants didn't fit and they're like, what? And then they get on the scales and they're like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? It really can come on quickly. It does not come off quickly, but it comes on very quickly. So the first thing is to weigh. And then if you want to know where you are from a health standpoint, then look at your body mass index. You know how to calculate that, Bets, right? I mean, it's so easy. It's in your phone. You put in your weight and your height, and you just plug in the numbers, and you can see if you're in a healthy range or if in that range of a BMI of 25 to 30, if you're overweight, and that's where you can really have an impact on losing just that 7 to 10%, get back those 15 pounds off. Because if you're at 30 or greater, that's when we know that not only other medical health issues, but people who develop COVID-19 have more severe health consequences because they're overweight.
The number one comorbidity that is hypertension. And when you gain 15 pounds, your blood pressure is going to go up. Your BMI is going to go up. It's not good to be going up.
No, it's
down.
not. But it also does other things that people don't really realize, is that when you're overweight, those fat cells have a negative impact on your immune system and causes greater inflammation. We think that that's some of the tie-in, and they're even seeing that, as with flu vaccines, which I didn't realize this, that if you are overweight or obese, it is not as effective. So when we do get a vaccine, we want to work on that, so that, and it may be due to those inflammatory factors and that your immune system isn't responding well enough. So this is a great time to say, hey, here's where I am. It is not where I was 3, 4, 5 months ago now. Whatever, let's get back on track on the health thing. The biggest thing you said earlier was make a plan. Because if you don't make a plan, it's not going to happen. So,
and you might just need to just take another walk the dog, make sure the concrete's not too hot, go late in the day or early, get out there and walk a little bit more, because the hypertension, the diabetes, those are big problems for people trying to fight COVID, and you want to make sure that your immune system is top notch.
The exercise helps, just like you said, just adding something simple every day, not just what you eat, which that's very important too,
Like if you're
and
gonna eat
watching your portions.
If you're going to eat a bag of cracklins, you might not want to have the boudin and the pork. You might want to just.
All right, Betsy, maybe we should just eliminate those. That might be part of an elimination diet right there. But getting enough sleep, that's important too. And if you've been wearing your sweatpants around all day, dress. Get up. If you're still at the house, you're working from home, make a plan for your entire day. But I want to talk in the future. People ask, what diet is the best? Don't you think that we ought to talk about what diet is the best? There's not one straight answer on that. And I think that in future weeks, we'll bring that to folks. And if you want to hear about it, then hit us up on our Facebook page at Rocket Right Radio.
That's right. And we'll be right back with Bubba Plochet. Have a little good music. That always stirs the soul. So we're looking forward to Bubba Plochet. We'll be right back.
Makes you feel good.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. I've had my fair share of experiences with disasters, and I know Louisiana's helping one another is as much a part of our culture as gumbo and Mardi Gras. When it comes to disasters, you can help your community most by getting trained as a volunteer to help with the disaster recovery. For more information about this, visit the websites below and be prepared.
Clarence Bugg Show. Yeah, I'm back on the air. That's right, 10 a.m. until 12 noon, Monday and Wednesday, and we replay it Monday and Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. to midnight. Check us out online. You can watch it live at PelicanSportsTV.com, or better yet, why don't you just download the Pelican Broadcasting app? That way you can take it with you anywhere you go. That's right, the Clarence Bugg Show. Tell you what, oh, wait, gotta run, gotta go, bye.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
Rocket Right Show. I am Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And
Boozy Betsy Barnes.
Oh, yes, not Hurricane anymore. Not anymore.
Just this week or maybe this month.
Yeah, Boozy Betsy. And then we'll go to Bubbly Betsy next week. It's all about the bees.
That's right.
She's the bee's knees because it's her birthday week.
Yep.
We've been celebrating all week. So y'all go on our Facebook page, Rocket Right Radio. We need to add TV on there too, since we're on TV and the internet and all that stuff. But our Facebook page is still Rocket Right Radio. Y'all go wish Betsy a happy birthday.
Yeah, feel free to do that. I'll take all the blessings.
Yes.
Just bless me.
We are so excited that Bubba Plochet joined us today to play a song for Betsy for her birthday, solely for that reason. But thank you, Bubba, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so let's, you have been playing music around the area for a long time, but give folks a little bit about your history, because you were in Louisiana. You went to Nashville for a little while, and you're back home in Louisiana. Talk to us a little bit about your music life history.
Well, I actually started playing guitar when I was 20 years old. I got a late start. I was playing baseball at a junior college in Dallas. I came home for Christmas and was going to spend the holidays with the family, and during that time I got into a bad car wreck, and I was laid up in bed for about 3 months. And during that time I didn't have anything else to do, so I started learning how to play guitar. And after that, my baseball career was done, so I said, you know what? I'm going to see what I can do in the music business.
Mm-hmm.
And started playing out. First gig I ever had, the people told me shut up and leave. But I didn't give up. I kept playing. And after doing it for a couple of years, me and my wife decided to move up to Nashville. Met some really good people up there. I was there for 2 years until my oldest son was born. And after being there a couple months, we decided we wanted him raised around his family, so we moved back to Baton Rouge. And that was in 1999. And I've been playing around town ever since.
And he has played everywhere. And what's so funny is, Kay and I have friends of concentric circles. They sort of overlap. And that's been going on for about 6 years since we met. Right. And I know Bubba through our boys playing soccer.
Yes.
And Kay knows Bubba through music.
Yeah.
So, so he's hit the rounds.
They're like this.
That's right. I don't think there's anybody that Bubba has not met in Baton Rouge between those two things, either on the soccer field or with kids, because you have 4 kids.
I've got 5 kids.
5 kids. Yes. Well, I'm sorry, I'm one behind. And so, but you were always on the field, involved, coaching, doing all that.
Yes.
I don't know how you had the energy to do that and play music and full-time career. I mean, it's just a lot.
Well, you try to fit it in where you can, and I'm just trying to keep busy, keep the kids busy, keep their minds busy so they stay out of trouble, and give them something that they can, that they love, that they can do, like playing soccer.
Yeah.
My daughter, she does cheer. She loves that. She goes 2-3 days a week to go practice cheer, and just keeping them busy and keeping them out of trouble and off the video games as much as we can.
That's right. Do you have any musicians in that group?
My daughter is starting to learn how to play piano. She saw the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody. And,
wasn't that a great movie?
Oh, it was. And she fell in love with Queen's music, so she's been getting the piano, trying to learn how to play Queen songs.
Cool. When I went to see the movie with my son, whom you know, he's like, how do you know all the words? Because I knew all the words because I grew up with Queen.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, so it's like, they always come back around to the movies. Sure
does, yeah.
The great music of the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this quarantine time, because the gigs were few and far between. We're all quarantining, but it was a time for musical inspiration.
Yes.
It
right?
actually was. Back on May the 1st, whenever the Phase 1 got extended a couple more weeks, another friend of mine who's a local musician, I'm not going to say his name.
I love this story.
He decided he was going to vent his problems on Facebook. And he was actually talking about how he was drinking his Jack Daniels and sitting on his tailgate, and it was a beautiful day outside, and started getting into arguments with people over crazy things like salt on a watermelon and pineapple on pizzas, and I was just laughing the whole time it was happening, it was going on. So I decided, you know what, I need to write a song about this. That is just too funny, I cannot let that go. And so that's how I came up with the song The Quarantine Life. And I've got it on iTunes and Google Play, and you can see it on YouTube and Spotify.
And so I think we have the album art that we can show you, and so when you're checking it out on Spotify, you can recognize that that's the single called The Quarantine Life. And we hope that there's more to life than the quarantine life soon.
Yes.
But we really wanted it's a great humorous song from a humorous beginning, and I thought it would be perfect for Betsy's birthday bash.
I can't wait to hear it.
You wanna
let's play
it for us?
Let's
All right.
play it. Happy birthday, Betsy.
Thank you.
I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels on this beautiful day. I got my phone on Facebook Live, 'cause I've got something to say. This quarantine life is driving me crazy, and I'm tired of being locked in. So I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels and talking to all my friends. This quarantine life is a terrible plight, and it's made me realize that being locked up, man, it sure is tough, 'cause I need to socialize. So I'm outside sitting on my ride just to catch me a little fresh air, trolling all the social media apps just to talk to someone out there. And I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels on this beautiful day. I got my phone on Facebook Live, 'cause I've got something to say. This quarantine life is driving me crazy, and I'm tired of being locked in. So I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels and talking to all my friends. Well, it's a pretty good crowd, about 70 now, that's tuned in to watch today. 3 drinks down, I got another round, 'cause I've got more to say. No political fuss, just here to discuss the things people do wrong in life, like salt on a watermelon pineapple pizza, and how long I've been locked up with my wife. That's why I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels on this beautiful day. I got my phone on Facebook Live, 'cause I've got something to say. This quarantine life is driving me crazy, and I'm tired of being locked in. So I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels and talking to all my friends. Yeah, I'm sitting on the tailgate drinking Jack Daniels and talking to all my friends.
I love it. That is great.
That is great. That is great. And I've seen a few musician Facebook Live drunk concerts over quarantine, like with a camera, like doing like this.
Actually, sometimes on Saturday night, since there's not a whole lot of gigs, I'll do what I call the drinking game. I'll get on Facebook Live, my friends will comment, and if they make me laugh and I mess up the song, then I have to drink. But if I make it to the chorus and the end of the song, everybody watching has to drink.
Well, I have not been
You are
in
very
on that
creative.
one.
That's a great.
It's pretty fun. You know, some of the comments are actually pretty funny. But
That's going to create another song before you know it.
I hope so.
So let's talk about if folks really want to hear not just the acoustic version, but the recorded version is very rocking country. I think it's a really great rendition. Not rendition, because it's your song. So it's a very good full band sound. So I think folks need to go listen to that. Talk about the recording process.
Well, it was produced by Toby Tomplay at his house. I sent him the idea. Me and him, our music tastes are kind of similar, so I figured he would hear it the same way I did, and I was very happy the way he produced it. Kind of that rockin' boogie woogie, wanting people dance, almost swamp popish type style is what I was looking for, and he put it together, and Mike Broussard came in and played the keyboard, and it was fun. It worked out perfect, exactly the way I wanted it. So
yeah,
couldn't
great.
be happier.
Well, I
That's a great
definitely encourage everyone to go to Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to and consume your music, and check out the full version of that. It's a great thing to crank up and have a few drinks too, and some boozy cakes.
And some boozy cakes. Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna tell
perfect
you.
with the boozy cakes.
So we said, oh, you've got to keep playing. You've got to play for your boozy cake. So let's talk a little bit about the gigs. If folks want to hear you live, they're few and far between, but there are a few things coming up. Let's talk about if you have something coming up where you have been to play that's outdoors and socially distancedly spaced. And where can people go so that they know when that happens, and hopefully we'll open up at some point and they even more, and they can keep checking your schedule to go see you live.
I put my schedule up on my Facebook page, Bubba Plochet on Facebook. You can send me a friend request. I usually accept most of them. I just make sure it's a real person first. If I look through and I see that you're posting stuff on there, I'll accept it. And the next gig that I actually have is going to be on the 14th, next Friday, at Pappy's Fajita Factory in Zachary. And we'll be playing there from 6 to 9. It's outdoors. They have an outdoor patio. Even though it is outdoors, the patio's on the east side of the building, so when the sun sets, it's behind you. You're not in the sun. So
Ooh, that is nice.
Yes,
nice to know, yes.
It's not too bad.
So, cool. Yeah, have a little margaritas and
the frozen strawberry margaritas is my favorites.
Frozen strawberry margaritas. That would go really nice with that strawberry champagne cake that we had last night.
Sounds good.
So, are you going to spend a little more time writing songs now that you're not as busy with the gigs? And
I am, and matter of fact, I want to thank you for inviting me to play at the 3rd Street Songwriters Festival, because that has inspired me. I kind of got in a slump where I wasn't writing any songs for a couple of years, and when you invited me to play there, I said, you know what, I need new songs, and so I've started writing again. I've got a writing appointment with Mike Stone next week, and at his place next Wednesday, and
that's great.
Starting to write again. So yeah, I'm
that's
happy.
great. Well, and I appreciate, because you connected me with a few folks that I didn't know up in Nashville that were going to be headed down here, and they're hurting really bad too, just like we are. Not just the musicians, the venues, and we're going to hope that we all can open up more so that some of our favorite venues don't go away.
Exactly, and that's one of the things we're afraid of with my friend Jeff up in Nashville is his bar hadn't been open for almost 4 months now.
Right, and I follow him, and it is.
And there's a lot of people around here that are the same way. That just
absolutely
haven't had any income, and it's tough.
Yeah, and we're saying, if support them, follow them. Hopefully, when they get to do some music, I know the Red Dragon is one of our favorite spots here, and I know that he is selling face masks right now, just doing some things to try to survive during this time, and has a couple of outdoor shows scheduled. But please follow them online, reddragonlr.org, and the Manship Theater, where we do our big show during the 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. They haven't been able to have any live music. They're a nonprofit. You can become a member and support them, and we really hope that they all can weather this, and that they don't have to weather it too much longer. And
4 years ago we made it through the flood. We're at the anniversary of the most horrific flood that had hit this area in forever, the 1,000-year flood. And we made it through that. We make it through every storm and hurricane. We need to support our musicians. We need to support our gig economy, and just hang together and encourage each other, not let anybody, become a victim of fear. We have nothing but fear itself. We just can't be fearful. But we need more fun, and we need more music, and it's time.
And we thank you so much for joining us. We've been listening to Bubba Plochet. Y'all be sure and follow him on Facebook. And we're going to let you sing us out with me alone and cover me up with your better voice on Happy Birthday to Betsy. Before we do that, we're going to say, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right. And happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Betsy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. It is. Thank you.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.